all these youngsters. If we weren't no good or losing, would you guys have jobs? Huh? And what would you be doing? What? You wouldn't be doing the same thing. We're winning, so you wouldn't be talking about how bad we are. Huh? So if this program had not be where we are right now, you would still have a job. You think there would be a GoCoogs?
We going from
you guys are kids, bro.
To pick up on that.
Welcome back to the Four Quarters Podcast. I am your host, Kenneth Bowman, joined by my co-hosts, Joseph Mosley, Daniel Rodriguez, and Cullen Avent. And shortly, we'll be joined by a very special guest in Chancellor Johnson. And we had a very good weekend, fellas, with U of H basketball.
Yes, sir.
Went to Utah for 5 days, came back 2-0. Definitely a lot to get into. But how are y'all doing tonight?
Doing well.
Doing pretty good.
Doing well. Wanted to say shout out to Cougs. I am in a new environment today. Just wanted to say that. But yeah.
Joseph, turn your head to the left.
What do you mean?
Let us see the light.
I don't know what you're talking about. We'll get into that later in the show. You know what I mean?
He doesn't want anyone to see it, but he's going to constantly hint at it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Might as well rip the bandage off now.
What bandage?
Yeah.
The babe.
I actually know
it was
visible.
visible. It was visible pre-show, so he went out of his way to make sure we couldn't see it.
Okay, I would say it. So I'm in my sister's apartment, former U of H student, Fidelia George Mosby. She was also on the track team, but
Full government.
anyway, regardless, so this is her room. Shout out her because she does YouTube. She does a lot of stuff, and so she's gonna get into streaming eventually. And so this room is called the Babe Cave. I'm in the Babe Cave today, guys. But yeah.
But before we get into it, shout out to Star Pizza. Make sure y'all go to Star Pizza tomorrow. Buffet starts at 11:30. Go say what's up to Mike for me. Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out Star Pizza.
Shout out, Mike.
Yeah.
We were there.
Might say some Star Pizza.
We were there last Friday. Amazing experience.
Oh yeah, we had a great time at Star Pizza last week. Mike got us right with the good Star buffet. We had the Cullen featured in the buffet. Like that's kind of crazy,
bro.
Cullen has so much emotion. He gets his own pizza at Star Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that? Who you feeling like?
Cheese and chicken, y'all. Cheese and chicken.
Like I said, he's the real dude with motion. He's mission motion. So any checks, any bills you need paid, he's your guy. Go ahead and talk to him.
No motion.
George pulled up on us at Star Pizza.
Yeah, shout out George.
Shout out to George. He had a good happy birthday song from Cullen.
Hey man,
Joseph.
Yeah, bro.
We gotta get that on here. Yeah.
Damn, I should have loaded it in, bro.
Yeah, you should have.
If you send it to me, I can do
it.
No.
Me and Cullen can do it again live. We'll do it again live.
It's in the chat. Or didn't you record it on your phone?
Yeah, I sent. You know what? I did send it in the chat. Y'all keep conversing. I'll get it on here.
Both angles are in the chat.
Oh my gosh, we got multiple angles.
I mean, it's Kelly Rowland, you know what I mean, and me, because we're not going by that other nickname anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened.
Jay Breezy.
We can do that one. We can do Jay Breezy. But yeah, good little time. It's always a great time at Star Pizza. Maybe rumors of another little jingle going on. Me and Cullen gonna be getting our songwriting bag. And low key, I want a J-Mo pizza. Can I get a J-Mo pizza, Mike?
I don't think you got enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep working, bud.
All right, bro. I guess. Hey, I'll get on my clothing brand stuff, and when I'm popping off there, then y'all are gonna be asking me. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, I'm supporting. I'm supporting, bro.
Hey man, I love seeing a young colored gentleman doing the ATL money glitch.
What year is it? What decade is it? What color?
Doing that ATL money glitch.
I'm the only one who peeped
Y'all
that.
don't know about the ATL money glitch?
I know about the ATL money.
Exactly.
So.
That's what Joseph's
We could
doing,
talk.
bro.
We could talk about that off stream.
Mind you, this is a sports show. We have yet to talk about.
No, we did, bro.
We did. It was a great weekend. You know, we beat up on the whole state of Utah.
Nice, bro. Wait,
They did.
Oh, what?
Thank you. We can do it
Joseph
again for
and
you.
Cullen did a great job singing to me in acapella.
Thank you.
All right, I'm getting the video, fellas. Don't worry.
So if y'all didn't know that it's official now, me, Cullen, and Kenneth, and Daniel, we're all gonna be starting a boy band as well. You can look
That's
forward to
natural.
songs dropping in the
chatting,
next few
bro.
months.
Can we rewind a few seconds to the whole city of Utah? I'm still on.
Why
I
y'all
didn't even
gonna
catch
do that?
Yeah,
The
let's
whole
talk about
state
that.
of Utah. The whole state of Utah. Now let's talk about you being on AMP.
We talked about that last week.
We need to get that clip up here, man. We need to get that
He's
clip.
always trying to bring up old stuff, man.
Yeah, that was last week. I mean, we can bring it up again. I mean, I'm not ashamed of it, bro. I think it was a great video, great appearance.
You gotta get some dirt on Kenneth, bro. He's walking around too freely.
What do you mean, bro?
We gotta get some.
I can't just chill, dude.
You always calling us out for something. You know,
I just call it like I see it, bro. I'm just saying. Bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Just know these eyes are open. I'm watching now. I'm watching.
Hey man, that's cool, bro. I just call what I see.
Sure. Yeah, I guess Mr. Cullen is right. We haven't talked about nothing sports related.
Now I have a question. What are you saying, Joseph?
I was gonna say we had another really big event this weekend. I guess we haven't mentioned either. Super Bowl. Mr. Kenneth was really happy on Sunday. Yeah.
Clap it up for them. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Definitely. I don't know, man. People talking about the Texans should have been in there. They would have got smoked too.
Yeah, I think any team would have gotten smoked.
Nah, bro. Y'all just mad that Bo Nix broke his ankle because if he didn't, it was straight free seats. It was free eats out there. Patrick Surtain would have picked off Sam Darnold about 3 times, had a pick 6. Nick Bonita would have had 4.5 sacks in the Super Bowl, breaking a record. It's just, but congratulations on your little petty win. You know, Super Bowl you ever had in your life.
Didn't the Seahawks have like 6 sacks? I mean, I don't know if anybody in the league in this 2025 NFL season was doing anything with Mike McDonald's defense.
He's just coping, man.
Bro, the schedule lost. Y'all heard that nickname they gave Drake, man? Drake, the schedule, man.
No, really, they were calling him they were calling him the schedule.
You talking about Drake?
Drake May.
Drake May.
Drake May.
What about Emerald City Route Artist, man?
Bro,
I love that.
I'm not a fan of
ECRA
that
for short.
I'm not a fan of that name.
Yeah, ECRA for short. For short. Right,
so funny. I'm getting the clip now. It does not accept .mov file, so I had to convert it.
You don't worry about it. Like I said,
is it that deep? Is it ever that deep that you have to convert the clip?
Y'all asked. What do you mean?
Shout out Media Kev in the
Chancellor
chat.
Johnson said he is on the way, loading up.
Yes,
got you.
We do have a guest.
Actually, I'm gonna just do it like
amazing
this,
guest.
We will show the video. Hold up. It's not my phone.
Man, I just spent like the last 5 minutes. Please don't do it. I just spent the last 5 minutes doing this. It's loading.
All right, bro. All right.
But yeah, man.
Oh, shout out Kev.
What y'all think about that half?
Kevin in the chat.
Oh yeah, Joseph. Yeah.
What y'all think about the halftime show? I know y'all had your opinions. Daniel has some opinions.
Well, no, that's because right after you said it was the greatest halftime show of all time.
Thank you for the 6-7.
6-7.
Talk about the Cougs.
All right, we'll talk about the Cougs. Okay. You know what? Let's get into it. She's right. He's right. Andrew,
Put the
Mr.
flies
Kyne's
in
right,
the
bro.
bag, Brad. Come on, bro.
He said, talk about the Cougs. Nah, we're going to get into it.
You're counting down, man.
All right.
Yeah, y'all can go whenever.
Oh, that's important. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear George. Happy birthday.
And
they
as
tore
he
the house down with that one.
yes, sir. And as he said, "Go Cougs."
Oh, cool.
Go
Facts.
Cougs. You know what I mean? But,
All right, now it's time to put the fries in the bag, though. We gotta talk about U of H, bro. We're gonna lose all of our viewership.
exactly. Tuesday, Emmanuel Sharp had a great game. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Is
man.
that,
What do you have?
is that the day he broke the 3-point record?
Hey,
Yep.
we got Chancellor,
Oh, actually, let's let Chancellor talk about it too.
Mr. Big 12 in the chat.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What's the word, Chancellor?
Come on.
Word.
Yeah, I gotta go Cougs logo over my
What
face.
up?
Yeah, I'll get rid of that.
Oh, good. What's
That
up?
happened to me last time. How you doing, Chancellor?
See, like it?
What's going on, man?
What's
Oh,
up?
he's
Not much.
Said better. Star Pizza. Wrong show.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong show.
It's all good. Let's get into it. But yeah, how you doing, Chancellor? You doing
Put
good?
it in the middle. Do the
See,
one with it in the
I know
middle.
y'all down with y'all sponsor. This I know that shit. That I already know.
Yeah, we sponsor. Star Pizza.
I cannot
Alright, so-
find the
so
one
what's
in the middle.
So if I go to Star Pizza, what do I need to get?
The Cullen.
The Cullen for sure.
Oh, now you're getting paid for this, man. You got to be on it.
The Cullen. Cowbell. I didn't get to try the Cowboy last time, but the Cowbell's fire. You know,
You
barbecue
said it's called the
brisket pizza.
Cullen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Cullen.
Yeah.
It's named after Cullen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
Cullen
so
is the
Star
Mr.
Pizza know what
Motion.
we're doing.
Yeah. Cullen's
Okay.
Mr. Motion, so he gets his own pizza. The Cowbell's really good. The barbecue brisket pizza.
Yeah, no, the cowboy is actually amazing, though. The cowboy is amazing.
That might be the best one they got.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
That has barbecue, right?
Alright. I'm going
Yeah.
to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
I
check
had it. It
out.
was pretty good, but I don't know about barbecue on pizza.
Yeah. Just like shout out Media Kevin, he said the mac and cheese one was really good. That was one of my favorite ones there too. Had a little
Yeah.
bacon in it.
They had a mac
Yeah,
and
that was
cheese
good.
pizza.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what y'all was eating on.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
what-
were missing out.
Was it barbecue sauce or like just barbecue?
I think it's barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I meant barbecue sauce on pizza. That's a little interesting to me, but it tasted really good.
Yeah.
Shout out
We
Star
have
Pizza.
yet to have a sports conversation this episode.
Yeah, we've been on here for close to 15 minutes and we have had zero ball talk.
It's all good.
I think Chancellor's a little delayed.
Yeah. So, Mr. Chancellor, I gotta ask, since we haven't been talking ball.
He checked out.
Oh.
All right, we gotta say we'll
Yeah.
we'll be getting right back to it, but we can start talking about it ourselves. I was getting into it a little bit. Daniel, I know your your hypothesis and your theory has been off and down, but you've been a little bit right recently. You know, we had a big Kingston game, then we had a big Emmanuel game.
Yeah. The original hypothesis was, I want to say it was Milo's first. Milo's, Kingston, Emmanuel. That streak has since been broken, but it's always good to see Emmanuel have a great game. Not even just a great game. That was a fantastic performance. Set the record, franchise record. Love to see it. It's an all-time program great for sure.
For sure.
For sure. I think I was reading up on some Cougar Sports 1 today. Shout out Cougar Sports.
Shout out.
Emmanuel Sharp is 117-15 in his UH career. So
Did you say that one?
117-15 in his UH.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Career.
Wow.
So yeah, shout out that dude's a winner. I think Coach Sampson touched on it after the Utah game. Emmanuel Sharp, all he's done is won. Even just going back to his youth days, he played overseas for the Israeli national team. In college, he's been to a bunch of Elite Eights, Sweet 16s. Went to a national championship game last year. So all he's done is win. All right, let's see if we can get Chancellor
Welcome
back.
back, Chance.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, we good now.
Oh
Okay,
yeah. Good.
I like this.
There
We
we
were
go.
getting into it a little bit. We were talking about Emmanuel just broke the record for the University of Houston Cougs with all-time threes. Want to hear your opinion on it a little bit, if possible?
Yeah. For me, it's been pretty cool to see Emmanuel do it, right? When you talk about some of the great talent that's come through U of H, and obviously he just broke Marcus Sasser's record. And really, I was thinking about this earlier when I saw it. It's like I don't know if this transfer portal in NIL, the good players, if they're really good, most of the time they're super talented. They might be one and done, or they play a couple years and then they're on to the NBA. And then if they're a college guy for 4 to 5 years, a lot of times nowadays we see guys transfer. Obviously under Kelvin Sampson, guys haven't transferred as much. But I say that to say, like, Emmanuel's been a productive and really good player for a long time since his freshman year. For a guy who ended up staying for 4 years now, like to come in and contribute right away on some talented teams with Jamal Shed and obviously Marcus Sasser, Jarris Walker. You look at some of the mouths they had to feed, and years later he stays steady, and now he holds the title. It's pretty dope, especially on the night that he had out there on the road.
For sure. You kind of commented on it, people staying with Kelvin. You've been around, the program for a little bit. What do you think is so special about, Kelvin and, his staff that makes players want to stay and not transfer or go to the draft?
Well, I think from the jump, I think when you're recruited to U of H, you know what you're getting into. And so Kelvin doesn't make any promises. So I think, U of H right now, they have the NIL to compete with, some of the other power force programs in the country, the really good teams. So the money's there, but he's not going to sell you promises that, like, hey, you're going to get playing time right away. What he's going to sell you is, if you come into my program, you will leave a much better player, and I will put you in the best position to succeed at the next level, whether that's in the NBA or whether that's overseas. You look at some of the guys that just listed, right, as far as guys who've been drafted: Jarris Walker, Marcus Sasser, Jamal Shed. You look at some of the other guys who have successful careers overseas, like a Galen Robinson, who we see, around U of H, still covering the team, at a really high level, giving his commentary. I enjoy that from him. You get Fabian White, another guy who overseas is doing really well. Tajay Moore, a guy who was a hero for them back in the day, a couple years ago, I should say. So, he's going to put you in the best position to succeed at the next level. And, and I think that's what attracts guys to the program. So then you're able to have a plan and you stay the course. Look at Mercy Miller, a guy who was highly regarded coming out of high school, a top recruit, and he said to sit and wait his turn. And he could have left last year, but he chose to stay. And we've seen his development. I'm sure he wants more minutes, but he'll be a key contributor to the Cougars more so next year. But I think that's why, when you come to U of H, you know what you're getting into. And then, at the end of it, you leave a much better player.
I agree that I think the Mercy Miller comparison is perfect. You hear a lot of fans who don't really know the development behind the scenes or just the relationship that Sampson builds with his team. You hear a lot of fans telling Mercy leave or Mercy Miller minutes. And I think even Mercy himself understands that that's not what I'm here for right now, but I'm still evolving. I'm still with one of the best teams in the nation. And although I might not be on the court all the time, I might go games without being on the court, I'm still becoming a much better player in these practice settings of, just working on rebound drills or shooting drills or physicality. That's not something you get on every team, even if you are playing every game.
Absolutely. And on top of that, on top of that, when it comes to Mercy, like I will say, I think after this year, if he doesn't see a clear pathway for minutes, I think I wouldn't be shocked if a guy like that moves on, because now he only has 2 years left of eligibility, and he has waited his turn. And when he's played, he's been productive. Now there are some things that he knows that he has to clean up, particularly on the defensive end. I remember one game, it was a home game for the Cougs. He checked in for the first time, middle of the second half. In the game was a defensive possession for the Houston Cougars, and he chased the guy off the screen. He fouled him on a 3-point shot, came out the game, didn't go back in. And so those are the times where you can see, like, well, why doesn't Mercy play? There's stuff like that where immediately he comes in and makes a mistake. And those are things, obviously, everybody knows you can't foul a 3-point shooter, especially not, if you're a member of the Houston Cougars. And so, but at the flip side, you also see how talented he is. He's a microwave scorer and how he can get to the bucket and create his own shot. So, I think next year is the year that, make or break it for him.
About the NIL comment, I don't know. Coach said that we were poor a couple weeks ago. So, but
I think he was exaggerating a little bit. U of H has some money, but again, like the bags only are getting bigger and bigger, especially when we look at the type of freshmen that are coming in. Kingston Flemings and Chris Sinek Jr., yeah, they love this program, but I know they like a nice check too. And so maybe, some $1,000 here or there might not be the difference. But if they keep getting, if other teams are offering just way more than they can pay, eventually, that money will dry up. And so I think it was a call to action to both fans and boosters.
Now, for sure. I wanted to get into, you were at BYU and Baylor. Just what did you see just in that matchup? Two, I guess, struggling teams right now in conference. They're both looking for a win. BYU's had a tough stretch. Baylor had a tough stretch. But what did you just see in that battle with those two teams?
Yeah, it was a 3-hour trip for me going out there, but I was excited. And as you mentioned, these are two desperate teams. They were going in opposite directions. BYU was losers of 4 straight. Obviously, they had some tough ones. You look at, how they lost to Houston, Kansas, I think it was Texas Tech, and Arizona. So they've had chances, just weren't able to get over the hump. And then Baylor is has been the most disappointing team in the Big 12 because they have NBA talent, Cameron Carr, Tunde Yesufu. They've got some guys, and they just haven't been able to put it together this season. And we even saw when Houston went into their building and blew them out, about a month ago at this point now. So, I knew we have two desperate teams, and BYU came out early, particularly A.J. DeBonta had a big night. Rob Wright III, he was a former Baylor transfer, and Bears fans were disappointed that he left, and so much so that they ended up booing him every single time he touched the ball. But between DeBonta and Rob Wright III, they combined for 66 points. And so just seeing AJ up close and personal and see how talented he is, and he really jumped off the page. I will say, too, though, Tunde Yesufu from Baylor, big night, 37 points, another potential lottery pick. But great action out there in Waco.
Yeah, and we can just –
I was going to say, you talk about seeing AJ up close. And I think everybody, no matter where you are, no matter if you're in the nosebleeds, no matter if you're at home, if you're courtside, I think everybody sees how talented AJ is. But seeing him up close, is there anything that people might miss when they're watching from home? His leadership, the way he communicates, anything like that?
Yeah, great question. And I'm actually glad you asked that, because I think when a lot of people see AJ DeBonta, they see the leading scorer in the country. I don't know how many points he's averaging, but I know it's a whole lot, right? I think it's over 25 points per game. Over the past 5 games, he's averaging 30 points or so, and that's absurd for a freshman. But what I noticed in Waco when they played Baylor was he was looking to get his teammates involved, right? Like he was Rob Wright III's biggest supporter. I remember at one point Rob Wright had an and one, and he was like flexing for Rob Wright. That's how excited he was. He wanted to see his teammates win. At the end of the day, he wanted to see his Cougars win and get off the streak. DeBonta isn't used to losing, coming from where he came from in high school, and so to go on this 4-game slide in a really tough conference, it had been bothering him a little bit. And so for him to go on the road and score 36, once again, that's not normal for freshmen. Obviously, like Kingston Flemings has done it. Like he's obviously a very special talent. We've seen some other freshmen around the country and even in this conference do it. But just seeing it up close in person, that athleticism, that size, to me, definitely you can see why he's the number 1 or at worst number 2 pick in the draft.
To follow up what you were just saying. Oh, my bad. You want to go first?
I say, who would you choose between Peterson and DeBonta?
That's a great question, man. Great question, and I flip flop on this all the time. Let me lead with this. I think Darren Peterson he scores his buckets a little bit more with ease to me, as far as he can do it on ball, he can do it off ball. You see him catch and shoot. He's shooting the ball better off catch and shoots. He's able to score off cuts. But then you look at AJ DeBonta, and he's great at getting to the spot. He's great at getting to the rim, drawing fouls. That's a skill in itself, to be shooting 7 or 8 free throws a game. To be able to add that to your arsenal. Before I was saying Darren Peterson, especially after I watched DP kind of beat up on AJ and BYU in the one half that he played, and you just see the talent oozing off the page. But then, some of the stuff that I've seen coming out of Lawrence does concern me about how he's not been able to stay on the floor one way or another. So right now, I say, AJ DeBonta, but then I'll watch DP play again this Saturday, taking on Iowa State, a top 10 team in the country. And if he goes off, I might switch back to Darren Peterson, because both of them are that good.
Do you think teams are looking for or at least I said this earlier pre-show. I think a lot of teams are going to be looking for availability, especially in today's NBA. And you look at things outside of basketball too, with contracts and whatnot that we don't even have to get into. But I think availability will probably be the thing that pushes the needle for AJ over Darren. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, actually, to that point, I hear what you're saying, but Darren Peterson is so good that if you're an exec, you can say, "Hey, listen, we're not worried about that," right? Like, if you believe that he's sitting out to protect his stock, hypothetically, if you're an NBA scout, you have a chance to have a conversation with them. You have a chance to sit down with them, get them in a private workout, ask all the questions that you need, and get a real read on not just Darren Peterson, but AJ DeBonta. And what I can say, the tape does not lie. If you watch how easy it is for him to get a bucket, tough shots, getting to the rim, catch and shoot, distributing, making great reads, plays defense, and when he is on the floor, he is competitive. So the idea that he is running from the smoke, I don't necessarily buy that, because I watched him hunt out AJ DeBonta when he played him. Number one versus number two. I watched AJ. I thought he was really passive in that game. I thought he was like letting the game come to him. Versus DP, he wanted the rock until halftime hit and he sat out and he got hurt. I believe it was cramps or something like that where he wasn't able to play. But just the talent alone is enough for, if I'm an NBA scout, to say, I trust and believe when he comes into our team and our organization that won't be an issue. And when he's on the floor, he has been the best player in the country for sure.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask. So we were talking about AJ DeBanza versus Kingston Flemings. I've seen a couple of your Kingston AJ DeBanza versus Darren Peterson, and I've seen a couple of your videos, especially about Kingston, Milos, all these people. Now I wanted to ask your opinion live here. Who would you use as a comp for AJ DeBanza and for Darren Peterson, and compare them both?
Great question. So with AJ, the one comp I do like is Tracy McGrady, because his ability just to rise up and fire over you, he can get to the rack. He's super long and athletic. He can dunk on you, gets to the free throw line. Like, to me, that checks all the boxes for T-Mac. I remember watching him in a Rockets jersey with him and Yao Ming. And, he can get off the bounce. He can do catch and shoot. I would say T-Mac is my closest comparison to DeBonta. And then when it comes, I'm sorry, you mentioned Darren Peterson. Somebody said he's walking into the league looking like CJ McCollum, and I think that's fair with how, and that's not a slight, because CJ McCollum is I believe a one-time All-Star, and I believe Darren Peterson can be even higher than that. But that's his floor. And so I don't want to sit here and just make up something. I don't really have outside of maybe I see the CJ McCollum kind of comparisons as far as skill set, but maybe even at a higher level. But I don't want to say anything crazy. With that being said, he's the most talented guard prospect that I've seen since I've been watching college basketball.
So, I mean, we talking about CJ McCollum. I kind of see more like, the first 15 games of the year, DeMar DeRozan from a few years ago, that level of a scorer. Is that what you're trying to say? Because that's why I was thinking in my head when you started mentioning CJ.
Yeah, you talking about as far as Darren Peterson?
Yeah, because you remember how feel like when he was really in his prime, DeMar DeRozan, he would start the year off averaging like 33, 35 points a game.
Yeah, to me, I would say Darren Peterson. Well, when I think about DeMar DeRozan, he lived in the mid-range, and Darren Peterson can certainly do that. I would say he's a better ball handler, and
Gotcha.
DeMar DeRozan's more athletic for sure, especially when you talk about the early days of when he was, with the Toronto Raptors, All-Star then. I would say Darren Peterson's game is a little more smooth, but I see where you're coming from for sure.
Got you. Now, to follow it up, I was mentioning it earlier. I've seen a lot of your videos online about the Cougars. I know you've done a lot of deep diving research. You have a personal affiliation. I wanted to talk to you about these two freshmen because they're really starting to come on. Kingston Femins and Kristen Knack. Get your thoughts and your opinions on them.
Yeah, I love Kingston's game. He's been my favorite point guard to watch, in this country. And to me, I think it says a lot for Kingston to come into a program that has two seniors that have played a lot of basketball and winning one at that in Emmanuel Sharp and Milos Uzan, and him be the go-to guy early on. And look at some of the games that he's had this season. He's performed well in big moments. You look at when he took on Darius Acuff Jr. and how he played against Arkansas. That was earlier on in the season. That was a pretty good indication. You look at how he played on the road, versus and at home, how he went to when they played the Red Raiders, and then played the Red Raiders at Fertitta Center, and then when he went to Lubbock, how he scored 42 in that building. Once again, this is not normal for a freshman. And I'll say this, like Jamal, as great as Jamal Shead was the ultimate winner. When I think about the Houston Cougars, I think about Jamal Shead, but Kingston Flemings is the most talented guard with his athleticism, it's just so much better than everybody else. And his scoring ability from all three levels. I'd probably say Marcus Sasser's game was more smooth. Like he was able to get to the rack off more dribble moves, versus Kingston, I was gonna go by you off the half off of pick and roll in the half court. He can shoot it. He can shoot off the bounce, and so could Marcus Sasser. But I would say, as far as the athleticism and the overall talent, I say Kingston Flemings is probably the most talented guard that I've seen for the Houston Cougars. And then as far as Chris Sinak, continues to get better each and every game. And I think Sinak, if he continues to get better, we still have another month left. And they're playing some top-tier opponents. If he continues to get better, we're talking about a team that can not just get back to the national championship, but can win it. Because, Kingston he had a slower game the last game. But if Manuel Sharp, how he stepped up, I do think at some point Milos will return back to the version that we saw towards the back half of the year. And then JoJo's getting better, and he's kind of returning to more that defensive monster. He's showing a little bit more, in the paint offensively. I think all that combined, especially with Chris continuing to take that next step, the sky is definitely the limit for the Houston Cougars.
I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to look forward to some of these upcoming matchups. Saturday, Kansas State at home. Just what have you seen with that team, especially with all the drama that's been going around Twitter? What have you seen with them? And then PJ Haggerty. I guess I just wanted your opinion on all that.
Yes, I said it was the most disappointing team. Technically, Kansas State has to be, because they have talent on their roster. They have pretty good guard play offensively, and then they're led by PJ Haggerty, who is one of the most talented scorers in the country. You talk about he's top 5 in the country in points per game. He's a bucket getter, but clearly it is a very dysfunctional program. And Jerome Tang a couple years ago led them to that March Madness run where he had, the point guard who was really good. I'm blanking on his name. Shame on me. But they won that March Madness run. He was doing his dance, and right now you have Kansas State fans putting a brown paper bag over their head because it's that bad over there in Manhattan, Kansas. And so the last time, if for the viewers who were tapping in and maybe had not seen the clip, Jerome Tang, when they got blown out by Cincinnati, a team that's at the bottom of the league as well, by 30 points at home, while Kansas State was at home, he got up there and said, these guys have to have more pride in wearing a Wildcats jersey, but basically don't worry about it because most of them will not be here next year. And after some comments like that, the worst team you want to play after that is the Houston Cougars. They are going to beat you up, especially if you're not bringing energy and effort, and that's something that they've lacked all season long. This will be, a great game for the Houston Cougars to figure out whatever else they need to before they get into their toughest competition coming up, including Arizona next week at the Fertitta Center.
Yeah, the gauntlet is coming up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has that. Everybody has to deal with a gauntlet. UH is about to go through it. Arizona went through it. Kansas went through it. I did want to ask you, Chancellor, in your opinion, does Jerome Tang, does he stick along?
Arizona's still going through it.
Oh yeah, they are. They got UH coming up next week.
I say yes, yeah. Yep. But they have Texas Tech, I believe, this week.
Oh yeah, Saturday.
If I'm not mistaken.
Game day.
Yeah, they're scheduled stuff. Yep. So that's gonna be a big one. And McKell Center is a tough place for opponents to win at. As far as Jerome Tang, man, it's gotten so bad there. I know his buyout isn't cheap, but he's clearly lost the players in the locker room. They might give him another opportunity to come back next year and try to right the wrongs. But right now, just the vibes around that university is just not good.
Speaking of which, I know you were talking about it, the gauntlet. I know we like to say it a lot. The Big 12 is the greatest league on earth, or the second best greatest league on earth. I wanted you to get your opinion on the state of the Big 12 and how competitive it is and how good these teams are playing right now.
Yeah, I think if you're going to talk about the Big 12, you have to lead with the Arizona Wildcats. And that's coming from me, who is a Arizona State Sun Devil. and they've been dominant all season long. Their one loss, the one that everybody just saw on Big Monday to Kansas, even without Darren Peterson. Listen, Bill Self doesn't lose on Big Mondays. His record, he's undefeated on that. And so Kansas is a good team with or without Darren Peterson. And we saw some of the other guys step up. But Arizona, to my original point, just dominant. And they can beat you in so many different ways. And so that's why I'm really excited to see when they come to Houston next week, who wins that one? Because there's a tough place to play. But right now, frankly, Arizona has the better team. With, as I mentioned, they can beat you in so many different ways because they have great guard play with Braden Burries and Jaden Bradley. They have they have the best front court in the between Mo Crease and then Cole Pete as well. So Arizona is leading the pack. Then I would have Houston, and they'll have an opportunity against them. And then right after them, I'd probably say Kansas with the way they've been playing because they're playing the best basketball right now. Texas Tech has the best duo in the country in JT Toppin and Christian Anderson. BYU can have the best player on the floor on any given night with AJ DeBonsa. So the Big 12 might have 7 teams in the tournament, and it might be harder to win the Big 12 than to actually win a national championship with just how difficult and great are in the Big 12.
I agree. So I know we still got a lot of basketball to be playing left. And just to follow up this question, if you had to take your bet on anybody right now who win the Big 12 tournament or to even win a national championship, I know you think Arizona's a better team right now, but who you saying?
And to be clear, like I say, Arizona's the best team right now, and that is right now because these teams get better every single day, in every single game, especially the top teams that go to the tournament. Like, Kansas doesn't have the best record in the conference, but they just beat Arizona, right? And Houston can beat Arizona. So it is certainly subject to change. With that being said, I do think that Houston might have the best upside, especially as you think about Kingston Flemings can still get better. So can Chris Kenneth Jr. Milos Uzan still hasn't been playing his best basketball yet. His numbers are down pretty much across the board, if I'm not mistaken. I know his shooting percentages are at least. And then Emmanuel Sharp, if they're getting that version of Emmanuel Sharp, Houston's the best team, in the conference. So I think it's more important, if I'm being honest with you, it's more important to win the regular season championship, in my opinion, because you have time to prepare versus the conference championship. Like it'll be so tough to do, but it's a lot tougher when your legs are tired after you're playing the championship game for the playing your third game in 3 days. It's tough. Now that's when the team wins, but I think it'll be such an accomplishment, whichever one you do, if you're a Big 12 team.
Inversely, though, like when you're looking at teams at this point in the season, especially in the Big 12, they're going through the gauntlet. It's rough. They're playing every 2 to 4 days. What are some things that you see kind of implode a team or make a great team, a team that's been winning all season, slide a little bit? Kind of like what BYU is doing or what Arizona could do. Who knows?
I'm sorry, you cut out on me a little bit. You said, what are the things I see when teams slide?
Yeah, like when teams get to this rough part of the season, like right before the tournament, what are some things that break teams sometimes, the best teams?
I don't know if there's yeah, sure. I don't know if there's a one size fits all for different teams. There's different things, right? Like with BYU, I just think BYU, the teams they play, like they just might not be better than them. And so teams, you can still be a team that's more talented or quote unquote better, especially like if you get them at home, right? Like I don't think Kansas is necessarily better than Arizona right now, but they had them at home and they took advantage of that. There's nothing wrong with that. It is hard to win on the road. So that's why I don't ding Arizona for dropping that type of game. But right now it's about, who's playing their best basketball. And so, you can never take a game off, even if you're playing a team like Oklahoma State, where BYU lost to Oklahoma State, on the road. They couldn't get that done. And, and that hurt them. Or UCF, as we saw Tech lose to UCF. Is UCF a better team than Texas Tech? No, but they were at home. And so, it's different factors that come into play there. And so, if you're Houston, they have the easiest game they'll have over the stretch, taking on Kansas State, and you get one game at a time. When you take on, When you take on Iowa State, that's a different challenge than Arizona. I haven't talked about Iowa State much on this show, and they had a tough loss to TCU. But, man, Joshua Jefferson is an All-American type player. Milan Momcilovic is the best shooter in the country. Taylor Lipsey is one of the more underrated point guards in the country. And so, I can go on. They're a great defensive team. So they present their own challenge. Obviously, they're 50. So each game is different. You got to take it one game at a time. And for Houston, first things first is Kansas State, and then you move on to the next one.
Thank you.
Chancellor, did you have a reaction to the Big 12 tournament court stuff reveal?
Man, I'm sorry. It might be my connection. It cut out on me, bro.
I said, did you have a reaction to the big reveal?
You said to have a reaction to something.
The Big 12 court stuff for the tournament.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I still need to kind of tap into a little bit more because I think there's a lot of options of how they might the conference as a whole, come the conference tournament, can use their creativity with that to break out some really cool stuff. I would say the Big 12 is always trying to be, really innovative and on the cutting edge of stuff. And so this glass court might help with performance, for both teams. So I'm really interested to see like how it actually enhances the game. But I think it's a cool opportunity for the league, and it'll be cool to see how, once again, the different ways that they can use it. And I know there'll be more information that they'll be rolling out about some of the creativity on that. But I think it's pretty cool overall.
When the Big 12 tries to do things like this where they innovate, I guess, the game of basketball as much as they can, are they getting their ideas or things like that from polls? Like, do they ask players beforehand or ask coaches, hey, is this something you would be interested, or fans maybe, hey, would you guys like to see this? Or is this kind of in-house stuff being presented for the first time to everybody?
Yeah, I think for the Big 12, they're always looking to do what's best for the conference as a whole. And so they might, come up with an idea. I don't know how this one in particular worked as far as, this court goes, but, it may I know, especially we look at the advancement in technology to where, I know I'm trying to remember which team used it. There's a team that's already kind of messed around with it. It might have been like Cincinnati or something like that. When they came in, they tested out kind of like this glass court and what you might be able to do with it to set up different situations or have a shot chart on the court. Like there's different ways they can go about it. And so I think, they certainly talk to each program and said, hey, look, here's how it can do for your game. And here's how it can enhance the spotlight on the conference as a whole as well. So I can take kind of all the elements and they put out a product, and we'll actually get to see, come the Big 12 tournament, like what it actually looks like. But I'm excited to see it once we get to that point.
For sure.
I was gonna let you go, Kenneth. Go ahead.
Y'all got anything else?
Yeah, I got some stuff. I think we've talked about the Big 12. Now I kind of want to pivot a little bit and talk about your personal career. Obviously, you're a man who's worked in many different sports markets, from Houston to Green Bay, went to college in Arizona. How do you think working in these different cities has shaped you as the reporter you are today? Is it easier to engage with the sport? Is it harder?
Yeah, I appreciate that question. I would say for me, I've taken something from each spot that I've been to. So as I, you mentioned, I'm from Houston. Then I went to Arizona State, and I think that really probably shaped me the most, to have an opportunity to go on the West Coast, go out there on my own. I didn't know anybody, and I went to I think is the best journalism school in the country, in the Walter Cronkite School at Arizona State. And so I got a chance to be really hands-on early on. I think that really gave me a push and helped me advance, with my overall journalistic skill set. And then from there, I had an opportunity to go to Green Bay. This is around COVID, and so that was a unique challenge. But that's where I was covering the Green Bay Packers in negative degree weather, right? Where I covered the Packers as they went to two NFC championships, where the Milwaukee Bucks won their first championship in 50 years. I saw Giannis, go on to be the Finals MVP that season. Like, I was there for all that coverage, and that was a great opportunity. And that helped me lead back home to Houston and to come back here and watch the Houston Astros win a championship, to watch them draft C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson Jr., and to now see how that's progressed to even the Houston Cougars, right? I was, formerly at the NBC station, and I was there for their tournament run, saw Marcus Sasser, saw Jamal Shead, and had the opportunity to see how this program has turned into a powerhouse of a program, right? And one of the premier programs in college basketball. All that has helped shape me to kind of who I am now. And I remember when I was doing the same thing as you guys are doing, hustling, right? I was in college, trying to chop it up with the guys who I saw on the beat and get their perspective on things. I was out covering every single game. So that's why I always appreciate your guys' energy and hustle out there, right? With giving great coverage, competing with the Joseph Duartes and the Chris Baldwins. Like, that's awesome, man. And and for you guys to link up with GoCoogs, like to get the sponsorship at Star Pizza, like I think all this is awesome, and I'm always happy to to support. And sports sometimes get competition, but for me, it's always love for me, and I always love supporting you guys, and I think you guys do some great work.
Hey, we just got stamped.
Stamped. Hey, make sure you clip that. Make sure you clip that, Ryan.
Chance, I wanted to follow up on that. I know you kind of just touched upon it, but for the four of us, and then some of our peers that may even be watching this, people around our age, what kind of advice would you give to them for people that are really just trying to make it into this industry? Because it's really not that it's a very difficult thing to do. What kind of like motivation would you give them?
Let me see which opinion I want to give you on that one. Listen, I'll say this: journalism has changed so much since I got into school. I had big dreams of going to the highest level, and I still do. And I feel like I've been able to really do well for myself. And it's been a great journey. But things like as far as journalism goes, it's not what it was anymore. Content creation, especially in sports, is more important than anything else to some companies. And so, trying to find that balance is a tough part. What I will say though, as far as advice that I would give to the somebody who's up and coming, like, keep hustling and keep grinding it out, because somebody is watching, is watching you. And now here's the thing: you have the opportunity to create your own platform. You don't have to wait for ESPN and the Bleacher Reports and the Fox Sports, because now what's happening, they want to come. What are you bringing to the table? Because earlier, this podcast you have now, like, you have an audience of people who want to know what you guys have to say, because you're the ones who are around the team and you built that connection and you've been covering the team since day one. And there's only so many people on the beat, and so now, especially how people want as much content as possible. So even doing this week, Zoom that you or weekly show that you guys are doing, like, that's awesome. Keep putting out content, and this goes for anybody. Like, keep going, and eventually, you'll have your breakthrough to whatever it is, and you can go as far as you want to in this business.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. That's real, because we're gonna be putting that into motion. But I was gonna ask you, just like you gave advice to us, was there anybody when you were growing up in this industry, becoming who you are now on the platform you have, that stuck out to you, or maybe multiple individuals that helped you on this path? And what did they say to you to help you?
Yeah, I would say, there's a few people who've been extremely, influential in my career, and I would love to name some names. I just want to make sure I don't forget anybody. I want to first off shout out, and I'm saying this for a reason, not just to just shout out people, but Doug Tamaro. When I went to Arizona State, he was the SID there for basketball. He really allowed me to get started early on, and I did a film session now, my segment Film Don't Lie, that I've done with a number of professional athletes like Andre Johnson and Kelvin Sampson. And like these are some really nice names, and to be able to get their perspective, that started while I was at Arizona State, to where I didn't really see a ton of programs, universities that were allowing their student journalists to have access with guys like Lugans-Dort. It's funny now, like, we're both in our careers, but I was covering Lugans-Dort when he was a freshman when I was in college, and so like now to see him a world champion, and I know I see the jokes on Twitter as well. I see all of that. But when he comes to Rockets games and the Thunder play the Rockets, I have an opportunity to chop it up with him. And we talk about our days at Arizona State, right? Like, and the same thing goes with Jamal Shead now. And and Marcus, and so like that's why I was at SU, and it's the people who are behind the scenes that are supporting you. Aaron Lee really helped bring me back to Houston at the time, and he passed away years ago, God rest his soul, but these are guys who like really, saw potential in me, luck out, and I appreciate that. They gave me a game like this, and so that's why it's always for me, pass it on to the next person. But I would say, the other thing too is I always watch people that I like. Tom Rinaldi, I think he's the best storyteller in this business, and I'll enjoy him at College Game Day. I look at Maria Taylor and her versatility when she was back at ESPN. Bryant or LeBron James. I'm kind of the same way in this industry, always trying to get better and become the best version of myself in this career.
For sure. And look, you talked about studying journalism at what you believe is the best program in the nation. And obviously that's something growing up you had your eyes set on. You worked in the industry for years, and now that the field is changing and it's going towards short form content, or not even going towards, that's what it is, short form content now. Was that something that was hard to adjust to? And how have you done it in a way that you actually enjoy? Because I know you probably have that urge to really dive into every topic, to really flesh everything out. But we live in a time, people read headlines or they want the information as quick as possible. So how do you supplement that?
Yeah, it's tough. You have to find a balance. I think for me, the people do like that short form content, so I've been putting stuff out like that. But I'm always trying to adjust, and if I want to yap about a subject, or really just storytell and give it 5 minutes, like that's still kind of where my passion is. You just do that. You got to kind of hear quick reaction. And especially now, it's almost about quality. Put out as much content as you can. I've tried to adjust to that over the years, but I certainly still love my long form projects, and I'm hoping to work on a few, even for this season, with some U of H content. And I'm excited to once we get that done, we'll certainly put that out.
Yeah. Well, one final question. It's not really a question. It's just more so just giving you appreciate. Thanks. I appreciate you for being on the show. You are an Emmy Award winning journalist. I wanted to get your opinion and let you talk and just flex on you, because that's a really big accomplishment. I want to say congratulations to you representing the city of Houston very well.
Shout out. Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Chancellor.
Really
appreciate you taking this time out of your night to just come talk ball with some kids, man.
Yeah. Before you go though, I have a question. Have you ever been to Star Pizza? Well, yeah,
I actually have. What's funny, and I'll make this quick. So before I went to Arizona State, we had a Houston meetup, and it was like Houston who were Houston students who were about to be freshmen going to A before we left, and that was at Star Pizza, and that was my first time I went. I definitely owe them a trip back, but when I remember, they have some good pizza for sure.
Gotcha.
Man. Pull up the Star Pizza, man.
Buffet's on Friday.
Hey, the buffet is tomorrow, Chancellor.
I'm good. Oh,
you paying? It's on you.
yes.
Beyonce's got it.
We'll get with Mike about that.
You can check it out off stream. That's okay. No, it's all good. Hey, appreciate it. It's been a blessing to have you.
Thank you so much.
Man, appreciate it.
Take it easy, Chance.
Thanks. Yep. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know if y'all hear that. Did someone order some Star Pizza?
I think so.
Somebody said some Star Pizza. What does that mean?
This was so. Like on COD when you get the kill
his
streak
mic?
for the UAV.
Yeah,
It's all good. But Emmy Award winner Chancellor Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it. Coming on.
What a great interview.
Thank you,
Kenneth,
George.
Cullen, Joseph,
you.
Daniel.
Thank you,
men.
Mr. Rivera.
It really well interviewing Chancellor Johnson tonight. Truly proud of you, men.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, you can say that we're hitting our stride. You know.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So, but it's been great.
yeah,
We understand it now.
yeah. I think one thing I appreciated the most is compared to all the members in the media that we interact with, Chance is probably the closest to our age. So it's really refreshing hearing his perspective and kind of how he was able to accomplish so much up until this point. Because we're not that far removed from when he was in college. You know, he was just doing it in COVID, you know, not too long ago, really. So
Yeah.
it's really motivating, especially the advice he gave us. It's really refreshing to hear.
Yeah. Appreciate all the love in the chat, you man. It means a lot.
Mike in the chat.
Or Big Mike.
Yeah.
Wait, Mike. Wait, hold on. So we're starting the quartet, right? So you got to get us all in. We're gonna be singing about making pizza. I was asking, like, can we get the JMO pizza too?
Cut his mic off.
Oh man,
Joseph, is that the mic we play Fortnite with?
Yes. Yeah.
Hey,
You don't sound like that on Discord, man.
I'm also in a different spot. We told you.
Wait, do y'all play Fortnite without me?
Yes.
Yeah.
They did. I didn't join them. They did though.
We can hop on tonight, bro. We're gonna get the
hey, 4 quarters Fortnite stream. What we
yes,
doing?
we doing it, bro. Hey,
what are we doing?
I'm listen, it was tough carrying Joseph. We were playing with my girl. It was me, my girl, and Joseph. Y'all better carry y'all's weight because Joseph cannot carry his weight on.
I had 8 kills the last game, and you got.
He did not have 8 kills. He had 8 kills, maybe in 8 games.
Brother, Mike is flying me, bro.
What's on the JMO pizza?
What's on the JMO pizza? So me, I'm kind of like Cullen. I like it simple, but I am a big fan of the Italian sausage and pepperoni combo with jalapenos.
That sounds pretty good. I'd have that.
What is up, D-Rad?
D-Rad, what's good?
But no, hold on. I ain't gonna let that slide. Then you're trying to act like I'm trash. Okay, so I was gonna say we can check this
I'm
off.
not acting.
Off
I'm telling the truth.
But we gonna catch this on stream.
Put the stats up.
We're gonna be recording it and then we're gonna clip it, right? And then when that
I'll play
happens,
Fortnite on 4 quarters.
I'm down. Let's do it.
That might be the vibe, bro. We gotta do this. We gonna do the Fortnite stream.
Bet. Y'all making fun of my UAV mic, bro. Leave me alone.
It's funny because you moved your head and it started crackling.
I did want to get into this though.
Me too. Because
what was the motivating factor for BYU being a ranked team? Was it AJ? Because apart from him, BYU was never that good. Tournament team for sure, but that's it. I kind of agree. I've been saying like BYU, man, that team is just AJ and friends. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think that BYU team is that good. They got Rob Wright, they got Richie Sanders, but outside of those 3 guys, it's kind of like even their bigs, like Kata, that dude is not good. The Abdul Ahmed, when he had that free dunk and he let JoJo come behind and block him, I'm like, dude, just go up.
Facts.
That was weak sauce.
Yeah, he's not good.
But
I'm not gonna lie.
It's kind of crazy though, because that dude was acting like he was gonna come to UH, but he ended up going to BYU.
All preseason rankings.
Wrong choice.
Wrong clue.
I think BYU was ranked in the preseason.
They were.
Yeah, but they also had to be fair, to give them respect, they did have a decent little transfer class as well. We could talk about they just had Wright Jr. like he didn't lead the Big 12 in scoring last year. So it's like it's like they had like Coach Sampson was saying in the press conference we were all at before, like we got to give them the respect. They did a good job bringing the team in. They have a good coach out there. It's just the Big 12 this year is a very good conference. It's a lot of tough teams, and they play teams that are better than them. That doesn't take anything away from them, because we can see them come into the tournament and start going crazy. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, but they have that ball dude as well. I forgot his name.
Me too.
I think he's been injured. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like looking at BYU, you put up 99 on Baylor just to win by 5. And also they got smoked by Oklahoma State. Like I just don't think that. And then obviously the Big 12 is a great conference, but I just don't think that is a well constructed team.
Honestly, though, Oklahoma State's a pretty good team. It's not like they lost the ball. Oklahoma State's good.
Yeah, and they did have a good start, and that was I think my thing on BYU. They obviously had a very good non-conference. Brad in the chat, they start off 16-1, but I kind of predicted once they got into conference, I think we would see their ranking slip a little bit, and the losses would start piling in because AJ had some very good performances in non-conference, but once they got down to Big 12 play, I think we kind of see this team for what it really is, and they're still a talented team, but. Are they going to compete for a Big 12 title? I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I mean, we can't sit here and lie and pretend like that BYU game wasn't relatively competitive for a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was
good. It's not like we smoked them out. It was a relatively competitive
I was
game.
nervous at one point. Once we went down for a little bit, I was kind of nervous.
For sure.
Joseph left.
Yeah, for 3 quarters, hey, it's not Cullen this time.
I have not left at all today. Come on, guys.
But yeah, I think when they really got into it, I liked. Honestly, I really just think U of H came out great. I think we were going to see eventually when the game got going, like AJ was going to have his moment, he was going to turn up, and he went for 28. So I can't really knock that. I think they kind of did as best as they could trying to guard AJ. But Kelvin Simpson after the game, it's like that's not really a guy that you stop. So, I mean, I guess as long as he doesn't go for like 40 plus, I think you can kind of live with whatever he puts up because he's going to have a good game. And I think U of H did a good job shutting everybody else down and just letting AJ get his.
Yeah, Jokic method.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all just saw Caleb Wilson fractured his hand.
I saw that.
Oh, I did see that earlier. Yeah.
That's rough. That's rough for North Carolina.
He'll be nice.
Had a big win over Duke. Say it again.
He'll be nice in a Clipper uniform.
I'll take him in a Rockets uniform.
Mock drafts, real quick. I haven't looked at a single mock draft actually.
I looked at
Tankathon. 4.
Yeah, they have him at 4.
Yeah, he'll go 4 for sure. I think the top 5 is pretty set. One thing I have seen that kind of is astounding is Keaton Wagler. Keaton Wagler is a great player, but I've seen him especially after that 46 point performance. I've seen him as high as 6, and that is not something I wasn't even seeing him in the lottery, let alone the first round on most boards before that performance. So I mean, he's a great player. No disrespect to him. I don't know if he goes that high realistically.
I mean, all it takes is one game. And especially as we get down, like conference seasons winding down, conference tournaments are starting up, and even March Madness. I think we've seen just over the years countless guys make their careers this time of year. So you can pop off for a couple of good games in March Madness, take your team to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8, and you're just set for life after that.
If I'm not mistaken, though, I think he's averaging 20 points per game, which is really impressive as a freshman.
Oh yeah, he's nice. There's a lot of talented freshmen across the country. It's just there's an influx of talent, and then they're all being put on display just of how much the game of college basketball has grown these past couple of years, and that's what I've been saying. I think once this next generation gets into the NBA, I think the NBA is going to be in great hands.
I think all of the top 10 picks are going to be freshmen.
They said Keaton Wagler got 0 dunks all season.
I'm very down to do this.
4 quarters mock. Yeah, we could do it. We'll post that on GoCoogs. I go.
Fourth quarters mock. I think we only round. I can't do past 15. I'm not gonna lie.
I could probably do up to like 25. No, we could do a first round. I think collectively we could definitely do a first round. Second round. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of Cougs I could see going in the round. So maybe.
This is what I want. This is something I wanted to ask Chancellor. But say U of H goes to say U of H wins the championship. How many draft picks do you think are on the roster right now?
3.
Full starting lineup potentially.
Yeah.
3.
I say right now, if they win a championship, I say 4. I still think regardless, I think JoJo would stay for his senior year. But like Sanak, I mean, coming into the year, Snack was a projected top 10 pick, and I think he'll still go lottery. Kingston is a projected top 5 pick. Milos, he'll probably, I don't know, second round. I think his draft stock is about the same as it was last year. I don't really think it changed much, and I don't think he became a worse basketball player. Emmanuel Sharp, if U of H goes far in the tournament, I could see Emmanuel Sharp being like a late first. I don't know if that's crazy or not, but I think he's improved scoring, defending. He's an improved passer. He's improved his handle, and he's going to rebound the ball too. And one thing that's really, I guess, because he doesn't do it much, Emmanuel Sharp knows how to drive and get to the line. But that's just, I mean, obviously that's not the style of play they do a lot. But I think Emmanuel Sharp can get 12 free throws a game if he really tried.
100%.
Bro, you want him to flop so bad. This is the.
I do. They need to start flopping. I didn't want to say it, but yes, they need to start flopping, bro. Like watching that BYU game, those dudes are some floppers, man. I'm like, U of H. I've been saying this for the past 2 years. U of H needs to start flopping.
Man, wait, can you put up this Milo's comment?
Milo's a good two-way. Probably would go undrafted and choose where he wants to go.
Bro, it's crazy. His draft stock last year, bro. I was scared he was gonna leave, but
I don't think he had the craziest draft stock last year.
I think they had him second round, early second.
They had him going. I think I've seen him going like pick 43. So that's like mid second round.
Yeah.
And obviously he was looking for a guaranteed deal. So if someone was willing to draft him second round and give him a guaranteed contract, which teams don't do, then he would have went. But I think that was the main thing last year. Go test the draft process, see where the GMs are ranking you at, and I'm sure he had a idea on where he fell at before going into that draft process. But once he got the answers that he was looking for, he came back.
It's also things change quickly. Like you'll know when you know. Like we'll see where everybody's gonna fall, who's coming back, who leaves, all that things. Also, we don't see the same things the way these NBA GMs do. I think we were talking about it a little bit before. They are more worried about potential, what you can be, all that things, because the NBA window is really short as well, especially with the second apron that just happened. It's really a big mix-up. You never know. We could see Chris and that go top 5 or something crazy. You never know. But yeah. I'm really down to get into this mock though. If y'all want to do an episode, we can all prepare and get our own mocks, put it up and compare them. So
I'm down.
That might be a great episode.
So
Mock and Fortnite. Mock
while playing Fortnite at Star Pizza.
And NFL mock too, because
I don't know.
NFL mock. That's so hard. That's so hard though.
That's so many guys, man.
So we could just do the first round.
We can do skill positions.
I'm gonna put this comment up here from Brad. NIL has changed the game for guys who don't get a great evaluation. Yeah, I think his NIL that he was gonna get from coming back to U of H, I think that played a huge factor into him returning for his senior season.
Yeah, 100%. But honestly, I still think Milos is a guy with first round potential. Similar to what you said about Emmanuel. If he has a great tournament, let's say UH wins the championship. Well, let's say that's Milos in that position. Let's say Milos is a tournament riser, similar to how he was last year. He still has that potential to go first round. And I think that's ultimately why he came back. He wasn't content with going in the second round, which more than likely he would have been a mid to late second rounder, like you had mentioned. But I think, still lots of games left. If you can raise that efficiency a bit, I think that's the biggest concern, the drop in efficiency. But I think if he can step up and he can be a riser in the championship run, or hopefully a championship run, I think there's nothing stopping him from being a first rounder. I've seen some names on those boards that I don't really know if they're better than some of the guys that are on this team. I think it's just, they're younger, and that's really it.
Yeah, and I was also going to say, I think the NBA scouts are going to notice one thing. He changed his role this year. He's taking a lot of catch and shoot threes, and he's actually starting to get better as the years going on, being an off-the-ball scorer and off-the-ball offensive player. Defensively, like Kingston was saying last week when he was on, go check out that episode, by the way. He's one of the smartest defenders on the court. Like Coach Sampson was saying, like he's always in the right place, and so it's easier to tell when someone else is wrong because Milos is in the right place. So that's all things that they're going to go in ahead of the scouts when it comes in, and I think he's going to get drafted. That's my opinion, wherever it is. But
As
Yeah,
a
and
Yeah.
oh wait, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
I was gonna say I definitely think he's a draft pick. I thought he was a draft pick last year. I think maybe this non-conference beginning of the year might have hurt his stock. I think if he played how he did at the end of the year last year, and he did that consistently all through this year, I think he's no doubt he'd be a first round pick. I think if you just take his non-conference play from last year and just put it in its own bubble, I think that was worthy of being a first round draft selection. But these NBA GMs, and this is kind of something I've been saying, they're going to look at everything. So obviously he was able to turn up and get hot at the right moments. But then I think some of those tendencies that we saw when he was struggling still existed from his play when he was performing well.
Yeah, and like you said, well, really what both of you guys said, Joseph saying Milos is a really, really smart player. And then with you saying the scouts and the GMs, they're going to look at everything. Well, I think one thing they're going to look at in particular is Coach Sampson. Coach Sampson's thoughts on these guys. How many times has Coach Sampson said in media how smart Milos is? I think that alone carries a lot of weight, especially with how respected Coach Sampson is. I think really what he says about any of his guys, but I think just Sampson calling a guy smart, that's going to carry so much weight for some of these GMs.
Now, for sure. I mean, I think if you don't have a high basketball IQ, you wouldn't even be on the U of H roster. So, but definitely,
Yeah.
But for Kelvin Sampson to point it out and really make an emphasis, it definitely will hold weight in those GMs with those GMs.
speaking of Coach Sampson, I guess we haven't mentioned it yet, but he is up for the Naismith Hall of Fame. Congratulations to him. That's a really big accomplishment. We knew it was going to happen as to Coach Kenneth. We always knew. Now it's happened.
Sometimes you just know, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, okay, Mr. Motion. I know everything. But yeah.
I didn't say that. But I will say I'm knowledgeable on lots of things.
Yeah. All right, man. But yeah, we are really appreciative for what you've done for the University of Houston, how you interact with us. So that's congratulations to him.
Yeah, honestly, I think he has a really, really good shot at making it on his first year. In terms of players, I think it's going to be a WNBA heavy class. There's a lot of WNBA legends that are on that made the finalist. A couple coaches, Mark Few, D'Antoni, Sampson, obviously. But I think Sampson, as far as coaches go, I think he's probably the most worthy. I'd like to hear some of y'all's thoughts. Mark Few or Kelvin Sampson? I know Mark Few has been on the ballot before, but just curious on y'all's thoughts on that.
I mean, I guess I would lean Sampson. I mean, Mark Few was definitely a legendary head coach, so it's really hard to choose in between the two. But I don't know. We can probably see a possibility where Kelvin Sampson wins a national title and then goes and gets inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well,
think he rides off?
They would have announced the class before.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
they do. Yeah,
but
not in that order. Then obviously,
yeah. Had he won last year, I think it would have almost certainly sealed the deal, though. But I don't think he concerns himself with stuff like that. I think it's just kind of, if it happens, it happens.
I think he's in it regardless. Like whether it be this year, next year, year after that, he's.
But how cool would it be for it to happen? While we're here covering, right? That'd be pretty cool.
Or if we're the U of H is in the Final Four and we're in Indy and we're at that Naismith induction like we were last year.
Super cool.
I want to be down. I want to go through that. But do y'all think he rides off to the sunset after this if he gets both of those accomplishments?
Kind of have to. That's a storybook ending, bro.
I think it depends. Go ahead, Kenneth.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I was gonna say maybe his contract extension might have something to do with that. Maybe he just, but I don't really think Kelvin Sampson is concerned with just getting all the money he can. I think he's made enough money in his career. And I think if he comes away with those two incredible accolades, I think he will just hang them up and pass the team over to Kellen.
Storybook.
In my
Bro, that's
opinion,
the most storybook ending of all time.
Yeah, but I think ultimately it's just only one of those things would push him to ride off into the sunset. I think it's the championship, without a doubt at all. I think that's the only way he'd retire. I mean, we talked about how many times have we mentioned this? Had he won last year, he probably rides off into the sunset, right? And I also agree with you. I don't think money is a motivation to him. He actually mentioned that in his in the Zoom meeting last night after it was announced. He didn't start doing this for money. He did it just because he loves coaching.
He loves the game.
Speaking of Houston, though, I wanted to get y'all's opinions. We had some good and big news coming out of the Houston Texans today. They will be moving and putting that headquarters out there in Bridgeland. I know Daniel, you really. Hey, go Cougs.
Shout out Connor. Shout out Connor Whitman, man.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't really. I would say I don't have. I'm not a Texans fan, so I really don't have a stake in it. I think more people are upset. People that cover the team may be a little upset that they have to go all the way. They would have to start going all the way to Bridgeland to cover their Texans.
Dude, I used to, from where I live, it's true what they say. I saw Chancellor mention something about it. Cypress in general, just Bridgeland, Cypress, it's so far removed from everything.
No,
I live on the west.
That's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, bro?
Well,
I don't know
it's not the middle of nowhere. It's pretty developed, especially now.
It's beautiful.
But it's just, I will say this, from an economic standpoint, it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's like an 83-acre facility. It's going to bring jobs to 17,000 people. That's pretty nuts. But just it being so far, man, I feel some of those players, like, they're going to have to wake up at like 4 a.m. just to get to Bridgeland. Because that traffic is tough at all times of the day. I used to work out in Cypress. It's tough.
It's literally on 290 and 99. It's not that bad, genuinely. You just ride a highway up there.
Well, it depends where you're coming from. Like I mentioned, if you're coming from, I live in Sugarland, and so if you're going through like Cinco Ranch is still only 2 lanes. You're gonna be stuck in traffic for at least 45 minutes.
You're right. Well, I was gonna say, have y'all been out to Bridgeland or Cypress? Have you seen the area?
I've been up there before a couple of times, but I would. I mean, it's cool, but it's just like, I mean. But about the players, I think they'll start. Joseph, can you go ahead and say what for you?
Bro, they off me, bro. This is 2 weeks in a row. Y'all been on my case. Leave me alone.
Sean Paul has been to Cyprus.
Yeah.
Shout out Sean Paul.
But
what can you say?
I think
Whopper Jr. with large fries.
But I was gonna say I think a lot of players would probably just move to Cyprus, like if anything.
Oh yeah.
So they'll probably just go and build some new mansions for the Texans roster up there.
Yeah.
They got nice schools up there, man. Yeah. They got everything you need.
Yeah, shout out Cy-Fair, Cy-ISD, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was gonna say I think it's dope. It brings a little entertainment district that I think Houston has been missing, especially with how big sports is in this city and how important it is to us. Now you got this little central hub that I'm guaranteed won't just be used for the Texans. It'll be used for a lot of different sporting events, maybe for some high school sporting events. I think it's cool. That's dope. I mean, I love sports, and we need a place to where it can be celebrated in the city other than just, the traditional NRG and all that stuff. Maybe host a couple playoff games out there too.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they're trying to do it like the Cowboys HQ. With the Star, it sounds like the Texans are trying to do something similar. But yeah, I mean, once it opens up in 2029, I think it'll be something cool to go check out. Every now and then, just go up the road to Cyprus.
Yeah, I'm gonna pitch to Mr. Monceau. We got to start up Go Texans.
I think if you think he was gonna join and whoop you upside the head for suggesting that.
I mean that's more business. I don't think he's mad.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Go Texans pod. That'd do numbers.
Low key.
That would.
Collab with Chancellor's Texans pod.
Yeah, we do Go Rockets.
Hey man, families will be fed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Got to get credentialed all across the city. That'd be cool.
Facts.
Yeah, no, I didn't. We didn't get into the Super Bowl much. I know Kenneth, you wanted to talk about it. What was y'all's opinions on the halftime show? Everything that was happening. What was your? I just want to get quick reflection from that. It was exciting to me.
I wasn't very much. I mean, I really didn't watch it that much. So, but I wouldn't say I was too much of a fan of it. But I heard a lot of people liked it. But I mean, I watched the Super Bowl for the football. I don't watch it for the entertainment.
Bro, why is he such an old man, dude?
Bro,
I'm with
like, why
him.
is he
I'm
such
with
a-
him personally.
Bro, because like everybody's like, oh man, this Super Bowl was so whack. Oh, like, oh, look who performed. I'm like, in my opinion, the Super Bowl stuff, the entertainment, like, when is it ever? I feel like every year people say it's ass, but like,
that is true. Every year.
That's what I'm saying.
Every
Like,
year.
I'm like, is it ever good? So I just watch the football game because my thing is has it ever been good?
I think
Yes,
one of the
bro, it was
biggest,
good this year.
one of the biggest internet hoax of all time, if I pronounced that correctly, that was not good. That was a terrible Lady Gaga did not sound good, man. I'm sorry.
Bro, okay, when I watched it
That was
live,
not
I
good.
liked it. When I watched it live, I liked it. Then I saw a clip of someone, I was like, bro, this sounds.
And then the salsa was terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
And
I
also-
like Gaga. I like Gaga, you know?
I like some of
What does she
Gaga's.
know about cameras?
What does she know about
I like some of Gaga's songs.
bro. All I'm saying is the vibes were high. It may not have been the best performing when it comes to singing because I think they screwed with their mics bad. I could tell. But do you not see how cinematic that halftime show was?
I'm
We
not
all
gonna
work
lie,
in media.
visually, set wise, it looked good. I didn't know what he was saying.
That's
I
because they're
didn't-
putting like millions of dollars of production into it. It's
I
gonna
agree.
look good no matter what.
I agree.
Alright, bro.
Maybe I'm
Y'all
easily impressed, but I will say
I loved it.
it's gotta suck to go to the Super Bowl and it's such a visual heavy performance like that, but like only for people at home. Because I saw an angle from somebody at the game and it looked so boring because all the clips were catering to the people at home.
True. Yeah,
I'm
that
not
is-
gonna lie. I feel like all the clips I've seen of people posting it, like everyone was just posting like a 3-second clip of the show, and I'm like, how am I supposed to know if this is good or not? And everyone is posting the same 3 seconds from the halftime
Bro,
show.
that's how it works now. Like if you're on Twitter though, people are just gonna retweet a 3-second clip and be like, I can't
Cinema.
believe this happened. Yeah, like you're not gonna see, bro. That's the future we're headed towards. Get
I
used
don't-
to it. Get used to it.
Outside the singing and the music, it was pretty not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright, I guess. I mean, I think there was some good messaging behind it.
Bro.
Yeah, it was a cool message, but I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act. And this is what Joseph said literally after greatest halftime performance of all time. Let's relax.
Yeah, that was
We
crazy.
do this every single year. After every performance, the first thing I see on Twitter is, "Oh my god, greatest performance of all time."
And then the
Bro,
second thing
why
is
y'all mad at me for catching a vibe and having fun, bro? Like he would,
Bro, you can like the Super Bowl show, but
Alright, bro.
don't glaze it.
All right,
I'm not
bro.
gonna lie, the show was better than the game though. The halftime show was better than the game, and I'm a fan.
That was a great game.
That was a great
That was
game, bro. I
awesome.
enjoyed it. I love defense, so I love watching that game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I
look at it
enjoy
here.
Drake may suck.
Is the NFL paying? Is Roger who, bro?
All right, there's no way you about to call me a night agent, a secret agent for right now because I
Bro,
just
that
enjoyed a
was
Super
great
Bowl game.
You could say like, oh, the Seahawks defense played a good
That's
game.
what I'm
right?
saying.
Great
That's what
game.
Joseph was saying.
Bro, I
But,
like
like,
this.
I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie, like
Hate a
Joseph-
brother for liking something. That's
To
crazy.
in my opinion, from speaking from a Seahawks fan perspective, I mean, I kind of knew, like, I mean, the Patriots they didn't play it. Yeah, they didn't play it, but yeah, I feel like everyone knew the Seahawks were going to go in and smoke the Patriots. I think the Super Bowl was the NFC Championship versus the Rams. That was the real Super Bowl.
I would agree.
So whoever, and if the Rams would have won, I think they would have did the same thing to the Patriots. That left side of that offensive line, man, they were getting smoked.
Well, Campbell was a number 4 overall pick, so
I mean, he had a bad game, but he also played the best defense in the league. Like, and I think, I mean, probably a historic defense at that.
Well, also to be fair, a lot of the time Will Campbell was getting screwed over by his left guard. You know, he was messing him up bad. But that's real detailed football type we can get to off stream. You know what I mean?
I was just saying. Also, he's a rookie. So some of y'all on the Robert Kraft payroll.
All right, bro. We can move on off that.
Patriots were never a real contender.
I think they had the easiest path to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they didn't
They
play
did,
anybody,
bro. They
bro.
had the
The real
easiest
AFC
path for
championship was
everything.
Patriots versus Texans, man.
Nah. Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
I do like
sorry.
Bad Bunny. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do like him a bit.
Bad Bunny, she's cool.
Gee,
You ever seen the Kamari Lassiter clip?
nah.
It was at a Pro Bowl week. They were asking him, "What's your favorite Bad Bunny song?" And Kamari was like, "I don't really know Bad Bunny, but she's got some cool songs."
Bro,
There was
Something like that.
there was a lot of clips during Pro Bowl week. There was a lot of Pro Bowl week.
Rakai.
Bruh, did you see I forgot.
I'm gonna be watching clips, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel
Luka
like
was tripping.
I'll be watching clips, bro.
Yeah, Unc.
What were you saying, Cullen? What clip are you talking about, bro? You talking about Rakai?
Bro, I was talking
Hey.
about McMillan, bro. Did y'all see that
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm not even gonna get into it, bro. That clip was funny.
I was gonna watch. Who watched the other halftime show?
Bro,
What you talking
next,
about?
next, bro, next.
I feel like Brad watched that one.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
The real
I'm kind of
halftime.
surprised there were that many people that tuned into it, though.
Nah, they said it was bots. Like
Yeah,
I saw. I think it was like XQC. He had it on. He was like watching it, and he said, he was like the chat wasn't moving.
Well,
People said they had view bots.
But
I don't. Go ahead.
I was going to talk about the commercials, bro. It was either AI or beer. Those were the
Hey.
only commercials I saw.
The best commercial out there. My homeboy, shout out Finnegan. He's probably not watching this, but
Oh,
my
no,
homeboy
I
was on a
saw that.
Volkswagen. My homeboy was on a Volkswagen commercial, bro.
I
That
saw
was so fun. And then also, I love F1. I could talk about F1 for an hour here, but that Cadillac reveal, fire. I don't care what nobody
Yeah,
says.
that was
That was
cool.
cool.
It looked cool. And then one thing I really enjoy about the Super Bowl is I know the commercials have kind of been on a decline, at least in the quality. We saw that with all the AI commercials. But I love seeing like the movie, like big movie trailers. Even though most of them are just now like 5-second snippets and they're like trailer online now.
Yeah, go
But
watch
it's still
now.
cool. It's still cool seeing like big reveals. Like Disclosure
Yeah.
Day, I'm really excited for that one.
When you try gambling, drinking, and surveilling.
Nah, facts. Yeah, the gambling ads were crazy too. It was just gambling, AI, beer.
That's it.
Hey, man,
And that ring, did y'all see that ring ad, bro? That was crazy.
I didn't see none of the commercials. Like when the football game wasn't on, bro, I was just checked out.
Yeah. But
Are you talking about the one where they find your dogs?
Yeah, bro. I immediately saw that. I was like,
I
now
mean,
replace dog with human.
Daniel would get that.
they've been doing that though, bro.
They've been doing that, but
So I mean, if they're gonna start using it to find dogs, that's cool.
bro,
We can't act like they haven't been
But you know it's not to find dogs, bro. Like,
It was never about dogs.
it's never about the dogs.
Y'all seriously don't think they've been capable of doing this already?
Bro,
How do you think they find people
definitely-
of interest?
Once you get to a point where you're advertising it, it's been over. Like that means they're on something new now, bro.
Yeah, like it's now we get. Oh yeah, you guys can find your dogs. Like it's never been about the dogs, bro.
I mean, have y'all seen Weapons? They were
Yeah.
doing that in Weapons.
Bro, never mind. I'm like, bro, weapons. How are you gonna have ring cameras be such a central point of that movie and then not utilize them to figure out that all the kids went to one house? How are you only gonna check 2 ring cameras? But don't even get me started. We could talk about that off.
That's because they went into the forest. It led them to the forest.
Either way, either going through the forest, there were still other houses in the neighborhood where that kid lives, like, and none of them had ring cameras.
Maybe not. Maybe they don't have dogs. Maybe that's why.
No dogs, no ring cameras, no parents awake at 2:17 a.m. I
I
like
liked Weapons. I thought it was a good movie.
I like
what
Weapons.
we're talking about, bro. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah,
y'all lost
I'm
me
not,
here.
I'm not in the movie.
This is like the most we've talked about sports, but also the least we've talked about sports in one episode.
I'm not
We
gonna
only
lie.
talked about sports when Chance was here. Everything else has just been nothing.
Bro, the first 15 minutes, we did not say a word about sports, bro.
That was, but to be fair, we kind of had to fill in the time before Chancellor got in. I didn't want to really get into the ball combo, and then we got to pivot.
Hey, I'm down with that.
I like talking about movies, though.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, I would. That would be so cool. That would be so cool.
I will ask y'all. So, who's tuning into All-Star Weekend this week?
I'm not even gonna lie. I did not know that was this week.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, oh yeah, this is the last game before All-Star break.
I've always been a big fan of All-Star Weekend. Like I'm always the type of person to try to support something even when people are dogging it, but I don't think I can. Bro, you saw all those players are out. Curry is out, Cooper Flag is out, Shea is out, Giannis is out, LeBron is out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
The All-Star game is so cooked, bro.
Yeah, and from one Houston legend to another Houston legend, De'Aaron Fox over James Harden. Are we serious?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real.
And this is why I really don't get caught up in who makes it and who doesn't, because nobody's gonna watch it anyways. So
I was gonna say, you can pin that comment again, Daniel, real quick.
Which one?
Boo.
Boo.
Because that's everybody's reaction to it every single time, bro. Because like the truth of the matter is, like, as much as Adam Silver has done for the NBA, I'm gonna make a bold statement here. It's time for him to go. A lot of the decisions he's been making recently has been really poor, and it's very evident with the viewership and how, let's be quite frank, unwatchable the NBA has become over the past 6 years.
Is it a hot take that the All-Star game is on the Pro Bowl trajectory?
It's already there.
It's not that bad. Bro. It's not that bad. Pro Bowl
it's definitely not that bad, but I think it's headed that direction.
I think the All-Star. I mean,
of course, Mr. Rivera.
We're gonna see at the game. Yes.
Every University Houston home game, at least two of us will be there.
Does U of H have a fan bus going to Lawrence, Kansas?
Unfortunately, not.
No, so we're all having a wait. Cullen, are you gonna be there?
Can't.
Lawrence, Kansas?
It was too late, bro. I just remember
All good.
Yeah.
Three of us will be there. Three of us will be there.
We still trying to figure that out. Hey, Colin, you might still make the Big 12 tournament, man.
I was about to say, did you guys not get the tickets yet?
No, it's come on, dude. We don't get tickets to basketball.
I mean, not tickets, like all right. But wait, can we look at this comment? Can we look at this?
Which one? Adam Silver?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of good comments. Yeah, and then after that, can we see the
Sean Paul?
But Adam Silver has made every part of the NBA a means to generate surplus. A new commissioner would do the same. They just at least have to be creative. I agree. I think early on in Adam Silver's career, he was creative, and that's what got so many people behind him. But money came first. I mean, obviously, it's probably always been first, but there's just a lack of creativity or creativity in the wrong places.
Can I say something here?
Yeah, you got it.
I think to follow up on your point, bro. You were right. When he first came in, he was a little more hungry. But I think my personal opinion, kind of to segue into what Sean Paul said as well, I think the owners done got into his pocket and he's just a figurehead. Whatever they want, he's just going to do at this point because they're paying him and he's making a lot of money and making the league a lot of money. Just like you said, everything's to generate a surplus and they don't care about making the league better because everybody's getting rich. And to follow that up, you look at Sean Paul, if you want to pin his comment, it's now affecting the league because the players, especially on a big contract with the second apron thing, because NBA owners don't want to dish out their money, now have all the control. They don't care. They're just going to do what they want to chase more money and chase a ring for like 6 months, and they get paid $200 million to sit around on the court 50% of the season. It's just, at this point, the fans in an actual basketball has been cut out. And I think that's why we're seeing it get worse every year.
Fans got cut out once fans actually got cut out in 2020, 2021. When fans weren't there, it hasn't been the same since.
Yep.
I mean, I think I said this on the last episode, a couple episodes ago. The NBA has been on the downward spiral the last 6 years. They obviously lost a bunch of money from COVID. Just no fan revenue, no concessions, no ticket sales. You had to go to the bubble. You had to pay a whole bunch of money to host almost the entire league at Disney World. But yeah, I don't know. They need to do something. But even the sacred apron thing, that's also not very good for the league right now. The apron rules, and I don't even know how that would be on the owners not wanting to pay their players, because if you don't want to pay a guy, you can just let him go to a different team. I wouldn't. If anything, it's the apron rules like penalizes a team for drafting well. If you draft well and you being able to draft well and pay all your guys was like a staple in winning in the NBA. And the second apron rules, they took all that stuff away.
The reason I said that is because it's making the cap a little bit more hard. The NBA can easily afford to raise the cap a lot, but they're not doing that. They're only paying 15 players, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying. I mean, before it was just if you went over the cap, you had the luxury tax, and I feel like just from what I've seen, the teams that won, like the Warriors, Knicks, Celtics, those type of teams. I mean, even the Clippers for a couple years. Those teams that were willing to spend had the ability and the freedom to spend, and they just would just pay that luxury tax.
See you later.
All right.
Shout out the class of 2003.
Class of 2003.
Hey. Yeah.
But you talk about Adam Silver being a figurehead. I'm not gonna say all that. I mean, well, yeah, kind of. But I say you look at the Kawhi situation earlier in the season, and that kind of says it all. He received not even a slap on the wrist there.
Well, it wasn't proven.
I mean, it could have been proven. It wasn't investigated.
Well, they said. I mean, the league said they were investigating it. I mean, the Clippers GM just came out a couple days ago and said they haven't learned anything new since September. I really think the Pablo Torre guy was just trying to get famous.
All right, bro. Keep in mind, this is a Clippers fan saying all this, by the way.
Yeah, and I can talk about my team objectively, and say that I don't really think.
Go ahead.
But also, I would say I say the Clippers either get the death penalty or literally nothing happens. That was also my take on it when it came out.
That was my take on it too. Like, you either throw the book at them or don't do anything at all.
Or what about the whole gambling thing that was happening right under everybody's nose? You can't tell me.
That's
that's different. You got to go. That's a whole investigation.
That's like
that's
federal
law too. Yeah.
But the NBA does it did shoot itself. I mean, all professional sports, the way they promote gambling, bro. Like, what do you expect, bro? It's on everything in an NBA arena, every NBA commercial. Like, bro, it's waved in the players' faces, so the NBA would be kind of stupid to think a player wouldn't go, reach for it.
NBA games are literally broadcasted on FanDuel TV or FanDuel Sportsnet, whatever it's called.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The state of the NBA isn't the problem, bro. It's the state of the world, and it's just being reflected in the NBA. We have NBA players on neon streams, bro. Like that's why the All-Star game doesn't hit the same. We see too much of them, bro. Why am I watching some of the best players, bro, in the league on neon stream? Michael Porter Jr. basically lived with him in the off season, bro. Like, I heard too much Michael Porter Jr. Now I don't really care to hear an interview or see him in the celebrity game, or in the All-Star game, bro. Just go home, take your vacation, dude.
I think I was gonna say I feel like that's kind of the notion with like all celebrities. Like, celebrities aren't celebrities anymore. Like, they're just like, and I guess it's what they say, it's that damn phone, but. Yeah. It's like everything is on your phone. So like you can just go and look at these celebrities whenever you feel like looking at them. So I feel like nowadays people don't hold celebrities like when they talk about like how Michael Jackson and stuff, like it was like people used to pass out when they would see him. I don't think anybody has that emotion anymore, but that's just, I feel like just people have evolved in this digital age.
That's exactly why you don't have to go out and make money no more. You can make your money right here. You can see that. So.
And
to your point, Tank Dell was on neon streams.
Tank Dell was on neon stream.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's for the worst. Like, I'm not saying, man, I wish the days where everybody was worshiping a celebrity. I'm just saying it's hard to make the NBA All-Star game actually hit when I see so much of these players. Like, I guess the facts, bro. Facts. Like,
I don't know. I would say I kind of like it though that of athletes being able to control the narrative. Just in the past, it's just been. I mean, I guess Sports Center was just it's interviewers, journalists are really control the narrative now. Social media, phones, and the digital age, every athlete has the ability to, create their own narrative. And obviously, we're gonna know who these people are because they're professional athletes. They make millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think, but kind of, it's a mix of what both you said, and kind of what Miss up 9PI says in the chat is they gotta also remember the fact that as much as they don't want to be role models, they are still role models. People look up to them, and that they can't just like do this. But at the same time, it gives them the platform to just be themselves. Like they're not fit into a box. Like I think one perfect example. I don't know if I remember a few years ago, Jamal Williams. I like anime, and he was doing all that stuff. Like,
I remember that.
Yeah, bro was trying to be different.
he's not trying to be different. I think that's just who he is. He's just a little nerd. But like that, you look at that in the past, people can call you weak because they want to see you in a specific way. And I think with the new age, and we can also like say it about NIL and all that stuff too. The new age of sports and media and everything we're doing, like we're a byproduct of that on this podcast, the media. We just talked to Kingston Flemings and we're a whole bunch of nobodies on campus. You know what I mean? Except for you, Cullen. You got most of it. But I'm saying it's just eventually things will start to shake itself out and figure itself out, and that lane is going to be created, and I guess respect and balance will be returned. I think we just got to wait for it.
That was so wise.
Thank you, wise person, JMO.
That was actually that summed it up perfectly. That was actually a great way to wrap, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
Pablo Torre thinks he matters.
You wanted to pin that, bro. You look. I saw you looking at it the whole time.
I was actually gonna put this one up here. I don't think transparency is a bad thing. I'd rather a player start their own pod or stream and give Aiden Ross the time of day.
Are we sure about that?
I like player podcasts. I know a lot of people hate on them,
yeah,
but I like player podcasts.
I mean, if it's not as long as it's not like the Paul Reed show or something like that.
All I'm saying is, are we sure we want players to starting podcasts? Because then look at what happened with Antonio Brown when he started trying to do his thing.
I don't even remember. I didn't know.
Can I interject? I feel like we're putting too much blame on streamers here. I think some of it is just some of these athletes just aren't. They're not like shining stars. Like Michael Porter Jr. on an Aiden Ross stream is going to act the same way as Michael Porter Jr. on his own podcast. There's literally zero difference.
And it's just like I don't want to hear regardless. Like I don't want to hear. But the thing is, bro, it's also the audience that a certain streamer may have, and that becomes associated with not only the athlete, but the athlete also realizes, oh, this is what's going to give me money, and then they start pandering towards that audience. I don't care what the audience is. Like, it's not about that. It's just more so like, wow, now I'm sounding like shut up and dribble. That's now.
You're not sounding like that. You said that yourself. And anyway, we continue on. You got to be smarter as someone with a platform about what you're doing and what you're feeding into. Can we agree on that?
Yeah,
I would say this. I wouldn't say, and even then, I wouldn't say athletes are worse behaved nowadays than they were before. It's just they didn't have social media back then. I mean, there's so many like, and they'll all like tell the stories like, or even listening to like guys like Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, like those guys were cutting up when they were in the league. They were doing a whole bunch of stuff. Partying, smoking, doing all that stuff. But it's just that social media wasn't big as it is today.
We're not gonna talk about that comment. But yeah, no, it's just like you said, social media didn't exist, and so it kind of to spin it back to what Cullen was saying. We're seeing a lot more of these players, and since we're seeing a lot more of these players, a lot more of the reality of who they are coming out.
Pros are angels today compared to the older dudes.
I would actually agree because I think media training is more prevalent now than it was back then. Like, imagine if you got like prime Dennis Rodman or prime Gilbert Arenas on on a
Chamberlain?
neon stream.
Will
Like
Chamberlain?
that's not going to be as bad as Tank Dell on a stream. Let's be for real.
Dennis Rodman did go on stream with Neon, unironically.
I meant, yeah, but this is like a reformed Dennis
Yeah,
Rodman, you know?
like in the like if this was like I got what you're saying though. Like if this was like mid Bulls title run.
To be honest, I think Mr. Towns was referring to like people such as a certain Utah Jazz Hall of Famer that we will not mention.
That's crazy.
Bro.
Because all I'm gonna say is this: like because the truth of the matter, you're saying they're media trained. They also realize with all these examples in front of us how much your choices actually matter. But at the same time, they got to realize their choices on who they're aligning with and what they're saying also matters as well. And I don't think it's a mix of both, in my opinion.
This is a good question I want to answer. So last year, the Cougs went into Allen Fieldhouse and won. But that was a super, super close victory. Could have easily gone the other way.
Double overtime.
Arizona just went into Allen Fieldhouse, number 1 team in the country, undefeated, and lost. I would say, objectively speaking, odds are not in our favor just because of how difficult it is to go to Allen Fieldhouse and win. But, I mean, it's the Cougs. You never know. A great team versus a great team, anything could happen.
They ain't played Houston yet.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's a tough environment, though.
Nah, for
Defense
sure.
travels.
That's what Emmanuel Sharp said after the Utah game. Definitely, I think that U of H defense is going to travel. I think I guess the biggest concern going into that game is if Darren Peterson plays or not. I guess they're gonna. I mean, you would prepare for if you are going to see Darren Peterson, but even without him, that's still a great team. I mean, they just beat Arizona without him. I believe so. Yeah, man. Kansas is a great team, and I said it before the year. I think Kansas is going to be a team that climbs those rankings as the year progresses. Because they were ranked 19 coming into the year. People were kind of doubting them coming in just because of past years and past performances where they were hyped at the beginning and then they plummeted. But I think we're kind of seeing the reverse. They start off low in the rankings and then they're climbing the way up because they have a good team over there.
I am in Manhattan, Kansas City. Just doing recon like always.
What you got out there, Daniel?
Whole lot of nothing.
Did Lonzo Ball ever end up signing with the team, or is he a free agent still?
Free agent.
Still free agent.
What's the background, Daniel?
Manhattan, Kansas City. It's like the 5th image on Google.
Fair enough. You said Lonzo Ball to the Clippers?
Yep.
Manhattan, Kansas, not Kansas City.
Yeah, Manhattan, Kansas. Lonzo and the Clippers. I I take him. He can come over here.
Right. He might as well go to what's it called? Charlotte.
Shit. He need to go to the Rockets.
I was joking, bro. Regardless, we could talk about that off stream.
Off stream, yeah.
You know what? Tomorrow's
hungry.
Friday. Tomorrow's Friday, bro. I'm hungry too. Yeah. Anybody trying to go, pig out on some Star Pizza buffet?
Somebody said some Star Pizza. I might have to pass on the Star Pizza this week.
What do you mean, bro?
Yeah,
I'm too full from last Friday, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Mike though. Mike got us right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
And not only the Star Buffet, the Cullen pizza, and he gave us some cookies.
Yeah.
I like cookies.
I love cookies.
I just want y'all to know, Daniel and Kev were both being big bags. They both ate like 14 pizza slices each. It was insane. I've never seen someone eat that much food in my life.
Hold on.
It was insane, bro.
That's funny because the whole time Kenneth and Cullen and I were actually having conversations, Joseph was nowhere to be found. He was at the buffet line the whole night.
I ate 5 slices of pizza.
No,
you ate
true,
like
14.
14.
You ate 5 on each plate 10 times. That's what you ate.
Stop lying, bro. You had 3 plates. I saw 3 plates under you, bro. I don't want to hear it. And we don't even get me started on
That's
Kev,
not
bro.
even true. That's not even true.
All right, bro.
If I had more time, I would probably order Star Pizza right now. Like, for real.
They're closed, bro.
Exactly.
I know.
Actually, they might still be open.
They close at 10.
It's only 9:50. I don't know.
That
Man,
pizza is
hey,
not getting
That's crazy.
prepared and delivered.
Reverse
In
happy
time.
hour. Hey, I bet you if you were serious, Mike can make it happen though.
Oh, for real? For real?
I'm just saying. Hey,
Flying carpet? Because I'm serious.
Hey man, I'm down with it. But yeah,
7 slices, G's.
I did not say 7,
Damn,
It's not true, man.
bro. It was more than 7.
Joseph, I didn't even see you, bro. I literally didn't even see you on Friday.
It's man, bro.
Only time I saw you was when I went up to get pizza.
We literally walked in together.
No, man.
You just
You
sitting
would
here
put
lying.
stuff on your plate. And
It's
then
all
eat it
guys.
and
It's
then
all
put
right,
more on your
guys.
plate. You never
The
even
old
sat down.
man. The old man is developing Alzheimer's.
The
so he
workers
doesn't
had to tell you
remember
to
what
leave
happened.
because you were eating too much of the pizza, Joseph.
That's crazy. You saying
That's
all
not
this,
crazy.
bro.
That's what happened, Joseph.
That's what happened. All right, bro.
Hey, I tried Chicago style pizza for the first time on Friday at Star Pizza.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, but you tried a slice. Joseph tried the whole pizza, man. He took the whole
He's
thing.
sitting here lying, bro. He ate so much. It's all good. Like
That's
I said,
not true.
All right,
That's
so
not
when you-
true.
So
gotta
would you
respect
say
our elders. That's all it
is Joseph in competition with Brad for the next Star Buffet?
No,
No. Brad has some work to do.
I'm in
Brad
competition
has
with
work
Brad.
to do. Joseph is so much above him on the eating
I'm in
scale.
competition
Brad,
with Brad, bro.
Brad could train 365 days for 10 years and still not get close to you, Joseph.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hey, you know what's crazy? He's saying all this, but guess what? You can catch us the next time fourth quarter is at Star Pizza on the buffet and see it in person. I will be recording because this man, Mr. Daniel, likes to lie. Because he
That's
was
fine.
hogging down some slices, bro, hogging them down. But we can talk
Bro,
about.
you
the
went
rest
into the
off-screen.
kitchen asking them to hurry up, bro, because
Oh,
there
my
was no more pizza because you ate it all.
All right, bro. You know what? Let's finish this conversation off screen, Daniel.
All right.
But,
Y'all wanna we could go ahead and start winding it down.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Chancellor, for being our guest on today's episode, dropping some knowledge about the Big 12 and your personal career. Thank you for everybody who watched, who left a comment, liked, donated. Anything you want to add?
Exactly.
Huge
I
shout
appreciate
out.
everybody tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate everybody that tuned in. Huge shout out to George, Mike, everybody in the chat, Brad. Oh, here go Mike. The lunch buffet is a no judgment zone.
I didn't start it, Mike. I didn't start. I was just sitting here. He said I ate like 20 pizzas. That's on him.
Hey, bro. Like I said, catch it at the lunch buffet. But yeah,
They'll catch you for sure.
Shout out
Yes.
Star Pizza for the Cullen
Thank you,
pizza,
Mike.
bro.
Great show.
I'm
Great
getting
show.
on this plane, but yeah.
Yeah, we will be seeing Star Pizza very soon. We gotta catch that buffet again. Shout out to Mike and the staff for the hospitality they showed us. UH plays Kansas State this Saturday, 3 p.m. One piece. Make sure y'all come and get that one piece.
One piece.
Yeah, we will be finding the one piece. I think U of H is gonna smoke Kansas State by 70 points. But yeah, y'all got anything else?
That's all for me.
All right, see y'all next week, same time.
Hey, go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. F- it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.